2011. 2011. 2011 was the last time that I say that I saw the very best performance I saw in a Champions League final was 2011 because I thought Barcelona were amazing. But the thing about 2011 was Barcelona were amazing in the second half. Like first half was actually pretty even. That second half, I was like, I've never seen a performance like that. The guys, this is not hyperbole. This isn't reactive. This isn't reactionary. This is pure facts. This is pure science. We just witnessed the best, greatest, and the most complete performance in a UCL final. That is a fact. It's not my opinion. It's not my viewpoints. It's not how I think. PSG just delivered the best performance we've ever seen in a Champions League final for 90 minutes. For 90 minutes, there was only one team. You see, in 2011, it was one team in the second half. For 90 minutes, it was only one team. Guys, I don't even know. So basically, help. I'm just trying to just gather my thoughts because I do not know what I just witnessed just now. So I'm just trying to come to terms with what I witnessed, but just bear with me right now. There's never been a greater win for a manager than this. I'll talk about Desiree Doue. I'll talk about Khvicha. I'll talk about Vitinha. And we need to talk about the players. But let's keep it real. You see, with Barca and Pep was amazing. We know who Messi is. We know who Eto'o is. We know who David is. We know who freaking Iniesta is. You're talking about one of the greatest players of all time in Messi. You're talking about one of the greatest midfielders of all time in Iniesta. And Xavi. Nobody in this PSG team you would consider one of the greatest players ever of any generation. They're talented, but no. This is the greatest W for a manager that we've ever seen. Ever. Because this is complete tactics and management. And what you saw throughout this UCL campaign, but specifically what you saw in this final, was coaching, movements. But do you know what? And this is what, and I think, do you know what this final was about? PSG were amazing on the ball, and they were superb. Inter Milan were not prepared for how good they were off the ball. They were not prepared. Because there was one moment that was key. Obviously, it was towards the end of the game, but you pretty much saw it. Look at how much Khvicha was tracking back. Look how much Dembele was tracking back, and how hard those guys worked to defensively. Inter Milan's big wing-back game was completely nullified because the pressing that PSG did was amazing. And what is that? That's training. That's every single day in training. This is what we do when we have the ball, off the ball. This is where you stand. This is where you position. And I'm just looking at these guys, and this is just coaching. And as an old school guy who appreciates let the ballers ball, freedom and everything, I've got to take a step back and be like, this is modern football. Like, guys, what we just witnessed 90 minutes of elderly abuse. This was a young kid snatching the walking stick of an old man, kicking him in the groin, and poking him in the head with his walking stick. That's what happened. I mean, PSG totally embarrassed Inter Milan. So, because here's the reality here. People will say that, oh no, Inter just played badly. Because if you just say Inter played badly, then say, oh man, PSG just caught Inter on a bad day. PSG made them play badly. And remember, it's all about matchups. Inter were not prepared for PSG. They simply were not prepared for PSG. And this is what I said in my preview. I picked Inter Milan. Hands up. So I failed. I picked Inter Milan, and I am shocked that Inter got destroyed like this. I'm in bemusement. I'm shocked. But if you look at my preview, I said that PSG have not peaked yet. And when you look at tournaments, the teams that slowly build up to a crescendo are the most dangerous teams. And I said that the worrying thing for Inter Milan and the thing on PSG's side is I think that they may have saved their best performance for last, because I think as good as they were against Liverpool, as good as they were against Arsenal, I think this team can go up another gear. And what happened is PSG played the perfect tournament, which is you slowly build up until your crescendo of the final, and they saved their best performance, their all-time 5-star performance for this. And this literally is like, because it just encapsulates what the journey that PSG have taken. LSG, Miracle at Camp Nou, Nightmare in Paris, Benzema 3-piece, Neymar doing this, Messi coming back failing, Mbappe failing, and we'll get there. And it's all come down to screw the superstars. Don't let the cycles run the asylum. Give full control to a manager where the manager is king. Let him build a team in his image. Don't let a team serve an individual and boom. This is a clear argument for team over superstar. It clearly is. And anybody now, because do you know what is so dangerous about this? They're young. Bro, Desiree Doue, I believe he's the youngest player to ever score in a UCL final. He scored a two-piece. So when you look at John Neves, you look at Desiree Doue, you look at all these guys, these are young players forming a young core that could become very dangerous in the future. So this is a team looking at the landscape of football and how this team can grow and how they can add to this. This could be a team that could win way more UCLs for the rest of this decade. You know, as far as Inter are concerned, bro, because I was watching the whole Twitch thing, I was like, okay, is this the worst performance ever by a team? You can say yes, but the narrative has to be PSG. The narrative, because if you just said, oh my gosh, Inter were so bad and they're trash, it takes away from how good PSG were. Because Inter, yes, you could have played better. Yes, you were freaking garbage. But if you looked at that game, PSG were just superior. PSG were better, and PSG just made Inter look bad. PSG just completely took out whatever Inter were doing. But even saying that, bro, Inter, you could have done better. You could have performed a bit better. You could have found a lot more space because they were freaking garbage. And I think if you're an Inter fan making all the way to Munich and you look at that trash, you should, especially because you remember Adrian say that was shizer. That was extreme shizer. Shocking. Absolute shocking, bro. Bro, I mean, you guys, someone said on the Twitch stream, I think we're gonna liquidate this club. Liquidate the club, induct the league. It's pure Serie A now. You've got to say Serie A. Inter went from a potential treble to no trophies, and you got your ass beat publicly. You got pimp slapped, smacked up, lubricated, devalued, colonized, confiscated, chemically re-engineered, re-engineered for 90 minutes. I mean, this was a pimp smacking. Guys, this was a revolution. They got revolutionized. Bro, this was the Spanish, Haitian, freaking, name everything. It was every single revolution in history was what happened to Inter, but it was a beatdown. And you're looking at PSG, bro. This is the Dembele Ballon d'Or. He didn't score, but look at that back heel that led to Doue's goal. Look at the pass that he gave to Khvicha. So even if he didn't have the best performance, his fingerprints have been all over this entire campaign. Because remember, this is a treble. This is an entire campaign. The Ballon d'Or isn't just what you do in one competition, it's what you've done in an entire year. And this treble, the French Cup, the Liga, and the Champions League, Dembele has been critical. So if you take the storyline across and you take everything into account, he's got a Ballon d'Or argument. I still think Yamal has been the best player, and I think he's been the most outstanding player this year. But I feel if you just look at what a guy has done and how he's contributed to a treble, which is the definition of a complete season, no one has done it better than Ousmane Dembele. No one has. But guys, it's the end of LSG, bro. It's the end of energy. But this, I mean, as everybody, Donnarumma, Pacho, freaking McKinney didn't have a bosom months. Nuno Mensch was outstanding. Hakimi, John Neves, Khvicha, Doue, everybody was outstanding. Defensively, they were outstanding. They won the 1v1 battles. They pressed like heck. They worked super hard. Off the ball, they were superb. The passing patterns, the controlling of the possession, the in and outs, the mix-up of possessions. A winger will be a striker will go into midfield, a midfielder will switch wings, people will swap up wings, a guy will go into strike and go out. This was just the perfect display of modern tactics and modern football, which is malleable, interchangeable, and all about team. And lastly, and this is what people were waiting for, bro. This was Mbappe's nightmare. Mbappe can't fit into this team. He can't. Dembele is the leader of this team, but Dembele fits right in this team. And Dembele is like, no, I might be the guy, but I am part of this team. I'm not the superstar. I'm not the other guy. You're not here to serve me. We serve each other. And Dembele is here to serve each and everybody. For Mbappe, they were there to serve him. This looks horrendous on Mbappe. And do you know why? It was bad enough PSG winning. It's the way they won. It's the way they won. That was a team performance. That wasn't a performance by, oh, wow, look at this amazing Messi, this amazing Neymar, this amazing Arnold. That was a 5-star team performance where team came before individual. Team came before superstar. And Mbappe looking at that, because we're now at a crossroads of football. Team, serve the team, serve the collective, or serve the superstar or superstars. Play for the superstars, serve the superstars, or serve the team. But what we've just seen, guys, we just saw the greatest Champions League final performance we've ever seen. Of a team without any superstars and no egos. A complete team. Guys who work as a unit, as a family, where nobody is more important than everyone. Everyone is as important as everyone else. So if you've just watched the best UCL final performance without any superstars, is there any space for the superstar? And what does this say for Mbappe feeling that people need to serve him? It's bad for Mbappe. It's horrendous because this is what Mbappe always wanted. Mbappe's dream was to win with PSG. And now that is what, because let's be real, this was Ousmane Dembele's team. Everyone cooked, but he is the leader of this team and he's been the face of this team. And Mbappe, he may not say this in public, in private, he would be envious of what Dembele has achieved. That Ousmane Dembele brought the very first Champions League to Paris. Shout out to Julien Laurent and everything. But yeah, man. Wow. For Inter Milan, horrendous. I don't think I'll see these guys back in the UCL final again because they're too old. And how do you screw up twice? It is very rare to get a second chance at anything. To get a second chance at the UCL final and you screw it up again, horrendous, absolutely horrendous, bro. Sad. For PSG, guys, I think this might be the beginning. And guys, this is what they always wanted, El Khelafi, to build a dynasty in Europe. And they thought we need a superstar or a big name. You don't need a big name. You need a big team. And you don't need a great team. I need the right manager with the right collective in order to win football matches. And that's just what you've seen. The team comes before ego. Team comes before the individuals. PSG, bro. Like that video, guys. Subscribe. And join us for the live UCL Hangouts. Oh, boy.